Welcome everyone to Liberal Agencies Television. I hope this video finds you well in your location across the globe. Today we want to talk about the world's most popular game. The game with the most number of players across the globe. This is a game that is the most watched, the game with the most fans across the entire universe. This is a game that if you ask any adult, in fact over 98% of the world's adults will tell you they've heard about this game or they know about it. This is the game of football, aka soccer, aka the beautiful game, aka watermelon, aka fruity, and so on and so forth. But before we settle down and talk about football, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all our subscribers for their support. And I want to invite all the new viewers who have bumped into this channel to kindly just press the subscription button and also the notification bell, so that anytime you produce a video, YouTube will always notify you automatically. And by subscribing, you support us by allowing now YouTube to give our videos more publicity, and therefore it reaches more number of people. So kindly just take a minute or a second or two and press the subscription button. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, football is a team sport played with a spherical ball with two teams of 11 players each. You require a pitch, a rectangular pitch, and now you know you also require a ball and two teams of 11 players each. Also, you need a goalpost on either side or both sides of the pitch. Goalpost for one team and another goalpost for another team. Out of these 11 players, each team will produce a goalkeeper. Out of this, each 11 teams, each of the 11 players, one of the players is a goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper is going to be responsible of ensuring that there's no ball that goes through the goalpost. Because the objective of the match is to ensure that you pass the ball and kick the ball past the goalpost. And the team that passes the ball through the goalpost more than the other team are the winners. Those are the ones that are declared to be the winners. So the role of the goalkeeper and also other players is to block the ball to keep it far from entering the goalpost. And in now advanced matches or professional matches, you also require a referee. A referee is the mediator now in a match. He's the one who is going to ensure that there is fair play. Nobody goes against the rules, because it also has rules when now it comes to professional football and the modern football. the referee is going to ensure that nobody violates somebody else, the other person's right or the other player's rights. And in the advanced football or professional football, referee also has some helpers on the touchline, the linesmen and lineswomen, who are going to ensure that they also assist the referee in observing some foul plays from other players. There are so many great players in history, and even those that we are seeing in our lifetime today that are playing in our time. But I don't want to go into the great players or the legends, because that is not where I'm heading. I'm just heading to talk about the fans and the supporters and the fanatics. That's the discussion we want to have. But we know that there are so many legendary players who have played this game of football. The likes of Joseph Bican, the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, we all know about him. The likes of Pele, just to mention a few. There are so many. And I don't want to go into those legendary players and those great players, because we may talk about them in other videos when we produce. But today, I just want us to address the issues of fans and supporters and the fanatics. These are three categories of the people who follow football. The fans are the lovers of football. And this group of people, they are usually very sober, if I can use that word, and they just like the game fully, the game of football. So it doesn't matter which team is playing. They will just follow the match. They like the match, regardless of which team, But they also may have a favorite team. You find that a particular fan is following such a team. But they don't restrict themselves to just following only that team. That if it's Real Madrid, now they only no. They just like the football game, even if it's another team playing against a different team, they will still just want to follow and watch and enjoy. These are the fans. And they also just go to watch these matches or follow these matches for entertainment purposes. They enjoy the game and relax and pass some time, just like that. But also we have the supporters. Supporters of the football game. This is also a category of people who are lovers of football. And they usually have a team, a favorite team, that they are very loyal to, that they follow, even though they can also just watch other matches when other teams are playing, but they put emphasis on their matches. They will skip some games just to spare some energy for their match that is coming. And this is a very special group of people, because they stand with their team so much in times of anything. When they've won, they are happy, well and good, and they appreciate. When they draw, they try looking at where the problem could have been, and they offer even support to the team, maybe some advice here and there. They stand with their team. When they lose also, They try to see where the weak points were and forward this advice to the team management. These are people who stand with the team at any level, at any given time. And some of them even now support the team financially or sponsor the team. These are the supporters, They want to ensure that the team is stable and the team grows. And they're actually a very sober group of all sorts of people. And they also enjoy football for entertainment purposes, just like the fans. But again, now there are the fanatics. The fanatics now are another class now. This is an overboard class. They are very extreme now. They have an extreme behavior, an enthusiasm that is now overboard. They're obsessed with the team. These are the group of people who will always now focus on their team, not even the game of football now. When the team is playing, they are going to attain that game if it's their team, and they don't always want to see any other results except a win. If they lose, there's a problem. If they draw, these are the people that start hearing them complaining that maybe the other team's goal was an offside. If that offside was not allowed, we would have won. They always find an excuse as to why they have drawn or lost. They always have the mentality they have to win, and they also believe that they are the best. If they win, it's okay. But if they lose, you start hearing some blames now putting on the referee. This referee is always against us. He allowed that goal, it was offside. They always try to justify something that happened against them to be seen as if they were underlooked or frustrated. And I don't want to call it a disease, but it's a disorder. It's not a sober state, because this is a group of people who are always now ready for everything. And they can always go to a very bad extreme now, because if they lose maybe 2-3 games consecutively, these are the kind of people who can go to a very bad or a very far level, because they don't even want now to live again if their team is losing. We've had cases of some very bad incidences. And these are people who are ready for everything. And when even somebody who is a friend, is your friend, and you usually talk football so much, but when he's a fanatic and you just mention something as a joke, the way you've been talking about their team that is now losing so much, these are people who are relevant for a fight now. They can now confront you now even for a fight, because you have just said something which is even true, or this is something that you always talk about with them when they are maybe in good shape. But now when you talk about them now when they're in a bad shape, they are losing, they are now ready even to cause some fight. It's a very bad state. It's the worst, and people should not come to this level. You should control yourself to a level that maybe you are a supporter or a fan. When you find that when your team is playing and you are losing and you feel very bad, so you start wondering, the way you are feeling, how about now the people on the pitch? Or what about the coach himself? You know, try to regulate your fanaticism. Step it down a bit so that you can enjoy the match. Because when it's too much into you, there's always something that is burning inside you. You feel like now the world is ending when you are on the losing side. You know, you will not enjoy football if you are in this level or in this state. And you are in a very risky state, because something very, you can always take some very bad step that can harm you. It's just like even politics. When you are obsessed so much with politics, or that you are now supporting somebody too much, you always have some disorder when maybe your person is losing or has lost. And we had some politician told us that we should not keep the politics in our hearts. Just keep it somewhere that when something has happened that you don't like, you can shed it off very fast. Because even this game of football, you find that today a player is playing for a certain team that you are supporting, and you like that team very much, and you enjoy everything, and you support this team and you support this player so much. And after a year or two, this player will leave your team and is now going to play for another team that will probably oppose, you know. Or a player who was in a team that you don't like is playing very, very, very well in another team. A year or two, that player now again has come to your team. You see? So it's a game it's just a game. It's just supposed to be enjoyed. But when you take it so deep now that you are now obsessed, you are the one who will lose, because you will harm yourself, and the player that you are opposing at some point will come to your team, and again you like him, you love him. Again he leaves your team, goes to the team you oppose, just like that. Just understand that the game is to be enjoyed, and it's not a very fierce competition that we should take so much into our system that now we go to other levels that are not necessary. You know? That's the point that I wanted to deliver to our football fans. Because we've had very bad incidences that we don't want to continue seeing. And these are the people who can, when they bet, okay, I don't want to go into betting because betting is a wide area. Maybe we'll talk about it in another topic, another video. But for now, let me just end it with that. Let's be supporters or fans and not go overboard to an extent now that we engage ourselves into hooliganism or some nasty behaviors, which now are usually caused when we reach the level of being a fanatic. Up to that point, I want to leave you with that. Until we meet in the next video, subscribe to our channel, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God's blessing upon you.